See them, jeez. Hey, okay, so I'm just trying to adjust my microphone to see if it's working. All right. How is my hair? Hope you love my hair. Today gist is very funny. This is my second month and 3 days in China. Yeah, 28th of May made it 2 solid months. And like I can practically write a whole book about my experiences so far, but I'm giving it little by little. When I came in, like the food, there was this particular spice that I did not like. Anytime I pass the school canteen or any eatery, any Chinese eatery, of course, everywhere here is Chinese food now. So anytime I pass a restaurant or anytime I enter the school canteen, there's this spice that just wants to turn my stomach. So that was why I stopped eating Chinese food. If I would eat Chinese food, it would be like, let's say, once or twice a week. I was doing mostly cooking. When my luggage came, I fired cooking like back to back. They hear them from me. I was cooking. Yeah, so thank you so much for your comments and for your best wishes in my previous video. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you how I received a gift, a very good gift from someone that I don't even know. I've not met her before. She's a Chinese girl. She just gave me a gift. I was also telling you how I almost fell inside Indian food. And I'll be telling you my experience of the Chinese woman that stalked me and my friends for over an hour. Yes, I'm telling you the backstory and everything that happened. So grab your popcorn.
Subscribe now.
It's not too bright today. The weather is kind of cloudy because it rained last night. So that's why, I don't know, the video is bright, yes, but it could have been better if it was like other days that it was very sunny. But that's okay. I went out one evening, like around, let's say, 4:35. Then as I was coming back, I met this young lady, like young girl, like kind of young girl with her little brother. So she walked up to me and she was trying to speak English. She spoke English, like a little English. Then she now gave me something. Let me show you what she gave me. She gave me this. And she was just trying to explain like what it's for. She would speak English. At the point, when you are learning a foreign language and you have nothing else in your bank, she was not speaking Chinese. She was not explaining to me like for face and all. But I didn't know what it was. I saw SPF 50 here. I just wanted to be sure if it was actually a sunscreen or a face cream. What kind of cream is that and all? I now sent the picture to my Instagram story viewers and they were like, this is sunscreen, this sunscreen, this sunscreen. So yes, I received this sunscreen from this girl that I have not met her before. Even now, I have not seen her again. And it was a very kind gesture. Like, these Chinese people, they're actually very generous and very sweet. Like, this is the first time that I've received a gift from someone that I don't even know without anything like, okay, I want you to help me or this is why I'm giving this gift. Like, it was a very sweet experience. So I'm going to be showing you what the sunscreen feels like. So this is the SPF 50. I'll do a patch test and then I'll apply it on my skin. It's still brand new, like nobody has used it before. So I'm doing a patch test to see whether it's going to blend or whether it's going to leave the white casts. It smells nice. See, it just blends. So hey, I found this sunscreen and it's very matte. So let me apply it on my face because I'm going out. I have a lecture by 7. Why should they be fixing lecture by 7? Apparently, this is my first in-person lecture. All my lectures were online, so this is my first in-person lecture. I'm going to learn about the fun of architecture, something about exploring American architecture, something like that. Skincare people said that we should be applying the 3-hand rule. So me, I don't know again. I'll just be applying the notch. So let me just apply enough. I don't know. This is their 3-hand. I'm not used to it. I just used to rub my sunscreen like that. Let me rub this one first. So. I just love the fragrance of this sunscreen. It's not the me vice cast too. My first sunscreen, Neutrogena Hydro Boost. Anytime it touches like near my eyes, I'll start to cry. Involuntary tears, very peppery. But this one, like, it's even near my eyes and it's not even feeling me. That's good. If it doesn't leave a white cast on my face, then I know that this is for me. But if it does, hey, just have to massage it in, like. Is this thing going? Is it leaving a white cast? I'm still massaging this. I don't know. Is my face white? Am I looking like I use Chinese filter? I don't know. Is it white? I'm just be massaging it. I don't know. I'm just looking at my palms. No again. It's okay, right? I don't know. How do you see the sunscreen? Do you think it left a white cast or not? You know, the Chinese skin is different from the black skin. They might see white casts, and because they are, you know, their skin tone is kind of bright, so it might not really show. But for darker tones, to be so obvious. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, is it white in your eyes? Do you think it's white in your eye? Because me, I don't know again. I've been massaging this thing for like 2 3 minutes now. More than 3 minutes. I've been massaging it everywhere. I just love the feeling, like it's very matty. For someone like me that has an oily skin, like it's very perfect because from what I'm feeling, it's not going to make me to sweat and it's not going to make my face to be too oily. Although I applied my other skincare product like my face serum, my face cream before I applied this sunscreen. So I don't know whether they are fighting a war inside. But aside that, I just love the feeling on my skin. Even if it leaves a white cast, I really appreciate this kind gesture that this girl just gave me. Like, it is a very rare thing for someone to just meet you and just gives you a gift. It's very, very rare. So moving on to the next story. So I told you before that when I came here initially, the Chinese dish was too spicy. So my school had this sports festival. And we just participated just encourage our friends that were participating in the sports. So now my friend were like, okay, that's so hungry, so what should we eat? They didn't want to eat Chinese food too, like I didn't want to. So they now said, okay, let's go to this Indian restaurant that is around. Omo, hmm. Immediately I saw the Indian restaurant, like my body was just hitting me because I did not eat that morning. I left my room by after 7:30 to meet the bus that will take us to the campus day where the sports will take place. I didn't eat. So we arrived the Indian restaurant. There's something that I noticed in the Indian restaurant. They served us water, and the water was, I think it was even boiled and cooled. So the water was tasting kind of as if it was distilled. This is something I noticed that is so different from Chinese restaurant. Chinese restaurant, they don't serve you water. They don't give you water. If you see a place that maybe they sell water together, you will have to buy the water. But for the Indian restaurant, like they gave us water many times, many times. Anytime they see that your cup is empty, they will refill the water. That was something that I really loved. We just sat down on the table and they gave us this menu where we had to, order some things. We just write the number of what we ordered for, and then they'll be prepared like fresh. It's freshly made. So we ordered a couple of things, like basically so many things. Our table was filled with so much food. Hey, immediately I ate the rice. There's one rice, I think the biryani rice that looks like it was curry rice. The rice, I was just thinking of Nigeria, like the jollof rice I've been missing for a long time. The rice was very good. It was well prepared. Something completely different from the Chinese cuisine. I'm not saying that Chinese cuisine is not good, but the Indian cuisine was a new experience for my palate. My palate needed to test something that was completely different, no spice. And one thing is that in Nigeria we use some of these Indian spices, some of them like curry, rosemary, thyme. So our food kind of blends with theirs when it comes to the taste a little bit. So I enjoyed the rice. I enjoyed the chicken. It was well prepared. Then there were other things too. This drink, this coming out, I think it was, I don't know what is inside, but the drink was so refreshing, so calming. I had to take 2 cups of it. It was so good. I really loved it. So that's how we were eating, like eating. Then there was this salad that we also ordered for. So I just feel like I was in Nigeria, rice, jollof rice and salad with enough cream. So I ate it. It was so good. Like after eating I could not move for up to an hour. My belly was big. I was so tired. I was so full and I felt so good that day. Hey, I was like, just wish that this thing that I've eaten can carry me for the next 2 months, but it's not possible now. It's not possible. So that was the very, very good experience I had with the Indian restaurant. If you ask me if I would visit an Indian restaurant again, I would say yes because I practically enjoyed everything that I ate. Everything was well prepared. The taste was just good. The chicken was well spiced. The rice was good, even though the rice was not like jollof, but the rice was very tasty. It was very, very tasty. In fact, I enjoyed every grain. The way I was eating there, I was eating, I was eating like a thief. There's something that we wanted to order for spaghetti, but we misplaced the number, so they brought pizza for us. And so after they now ordered the spaghetti for me, and it was very, very, very nice. Spaghetti with I think a kind of was it prawn or shrimp? Yes, it was very nice. Hey, but if I just remember that day, I just want to relive and go back to that day. Everywhere is getting very dark. I don't have a light yet, so I'm just using my window as my main light source. So that's that for the Indian cuisine. Hey, have you ever been followed and trolled before? Have you? Do you know what it feels like when someone follows you, like at the back? Hey, I'll tell you my story. So this day, my friends and I, like two of my friends, like I always move with them, we just went to like sightseeing. They always go out to just see around. We went to one old town. It's not really an old town, but I just think that it was reconstructed to look like an old town because it's just in between a city. Nobody lives there, but it's just giving this vibe of old Chinese building. Everything there is like giving that vibe, like okay, you're in an old, they like a movie like setting. All these old Chinese movie, old Korean movies, it gives that vibe. Yeah. So when we went around, we saw around, like it was so beautiful. There were other people, other Chinese people too, that were going around taking pictures. Everybody was just having fun. Then we were done with the tour. We now came down. We entered the other part, the exit. So across the road, there was this I think by binoculars or so. So I was just taking pictures there. I would look inside, but it was just blood. I was like, that man, I'm not seeing anything. But I now noticed that in this child, everything is money. Nobody is there to tell you collect pay money. They're just like a scan, a QR code where you just scan with your WeChat or your Alipay, and then you pay a particular amount so that you can see. So that was what it was for. But I just, took pictures there and just had fun with the whole vicinity. It was very, very beautiful. And then there was this lady that was just there, just laughing. Initially, she was just doing like she was just laughing to herself. Me, I just overlooked her. Fine, we are used to seeing Chinese people looking at foreigners like, they've not seen foreigners before. We know that most of them have not seen foreigners before, so we just try to, smile and just go away. So we took pictures there. We are now going. We're just going around, taking pictures too, walking around. So I just noticed that this particular face was just following us. She's dressed with, like, she's carrying a lot of things. She wears this ID card. She's carrying this disposable container that has food. I don't know whether I don't know this or so, but she was doing until she was eating it. Whether she was eating it or whether she was faking that she was eating it, I don't know. So as we were going, she was just following us. We were going, just following us. She was doing as if she was eating. If we turn back, she would wait. She would do as if that she's not following us. But then we knew that she was following us. And I suggested, okay, let us just split because we are three. I and two of my friends. So we now split in different directions. I went here, the other person went here, the other person followed the other side. We're walking so fast, walking very, 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 very fast. Then at a point, like, we confused the woman. She didn't know where we were. Then as I was walking so fast, my mind that was happy was like, yeah, we have lost her. Lo and behold, I turned my back. See her, I was like, I was like, what is this? So it is me that you follow because she knew that know her. If she follows me, I must meet two of them. I was like, which kind of woman like this one? At first I was so pissed. I was like, why is this woman following us? Why? Like, why? What is the reason? I cannot walk up to her and tell her stop following me. It would be very rude. And she was not even talking to us. She was just doing like she was not following us. She would do and just giggle and just laugh. I was like, I better go. Are you a spy? Me, I don't know. I don't know you. I've not seen you before. So I now told one of my guys that, see, we need to report this woman. If there's any police that we see around, let us just report her. Then, as we were walking, fortunately for us, we saw this patrol car. Then my friend now used a Twitter app and told the man, see that it's a woman that's following you. And the woman was just there. She was just sitting down beside these flowers. She was just sitting down there and was giggling. Then the policeman, not really a policeman, I think he's the army because he wore this camouflage attire. So the army now told her to go like this. She was like, I was like, I don't say anything, I'm like, sure, if it's my country, I did like that, you see yourself somewhere else. So the woman was acting very, very stubborn. So the army man now told us that China is a very peaceful place, that she had not seen foreigners before. That's why she's acting very, very curious. That we should go, that there's no problem, that nothing happened to us, that they know her as someone that is always walking around here, that nothing will happen to her, that China is a very peaceful place. Of course, we know that China is very peaceful, but when someone shows it like that, it's kind of suspicious. So we were just weak, like very, very weak. We now started to, walk around and just walk around. She was just following us at the back. It was very, very, it was so tiring. At a point, like, I was not scared. I was just vexed that why this woman following us? At least you talk now. What do you want? If you want picture, we'll snap picture with you. Or if you want to ask a question, no problem. We'll translator up and answer your question. But you were just like laughing, one sheepish laughter like that, or smile. So me, I just give up. I just say, okay, no problem. Just be following us. Anywhere we enter, follow us and enter. When we enter bus, follow us and enter inside bus and we'll go back home. So I just practically gave up on her. I would take a selfie. She would chook her head inside. I'd be like, "Shoo, what did that happen now?" Let me take my picture in peace. I was just like, "Hey, this woman just wants to take pictures." So and I told her, "Okay, you stay here. Let me take a picture of you." I took a picture of her and I showed her. She was just giggling. You know when you're posting a girl and the girl was like, "Ah." I was like, so you actually wanted to take pictures. Ew. I was like, oh, one name. Sorry. So apparently she was just curious and she wanted to take pictures. It was a way that I could send the pictures over to her. You could be okay, but there was no way and I didn't even remember. It was getting dark. We're now checking the closest train station to go back. And she was just hanging around with her bag, with everything. She thought that maybe we were going to another place, but show was over. So when she noticed that we were like done with everything, this woman crossed the road and disappeared. At first, I thought that she was mental, like there was something wrong with her upstairs. But when she noticed what was the movement and she crossed the road, and when I was like, shoo, this woman knew what she was doing. Some of these Chinese people, they are so curious and it can be very, very cute because they might not really be bold enough to walk up to you and say, okay, to ask you questions. Some will just be looking at you at a distance and be admiring you. Why some following you at the back? Anywhere you go, they follow you and go until they must have the courage to talk to you. So that experience was so funny. Like each time I remember it, I would just be like, I would be like, hey, I bet to me, I just came to this China, make not carry me go. So that was the story that I want to tell today. I have class very soon, so maybe I can break my class by 7 p.m. It's almost time, and everywhere is very bright. I don't know, is my face still whitish or has it blended? I think it has blended, right? That blended, right? Okay, so thank you for watching my video. If you want to know more about the Chinese life, how people here behave and all, plus haircare, you can subscribe to my channel. And there's a lot of things to catch up on. So see you in my next video. Bye.